Good morning, folks. It's 39 minutes after midnight on the 5th day, 10th month, 2025. Right, folks, it's an important weather update. A very, very toxic air over New Zealand and many parts of Australia today in the oceans themselves. And some very, very bad fires burning that look very, very man-made, very dodgy distances. They don't look like controlled burns. They look like our controllers are burning us. Okay, so I'm going to get straight on to it. And what I'm looking here is that some of the gusts you're going to expect to see over the next, just the next week. And this here is at over the weekend at about, let's see, you've had daylight saving time down here. So that's about 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday the 11th. As we're going in through the mountains here, so it's going to be very, very, very dodgy winds, right? When you get into the 100 km/h range, you're riding a bike around a curve, it could go bad, trees falling all over the road and stuff to be expected during this next stormy period that you got going on over here. And so these winds are going to fuel the fires in some areas big. The same with you, New Zealand. You've got some really big gusts that you're going to have to contend with over the next 7 to 10 days, because your period of bad weather is going on longer. Like, look at this here coming on Friday. What time of day is this for you guys? Now, this will be early Saturday morning, and throughout the day on Saturday, these passes are going to be unpassable. So you have to plan what you're going to be doing with your mocos. Make sure you get back and forth safe to places, right? So I don't want to see anybody getting hurt. You look at these wind gusts over 150 km/h. That's over hurricane strength. If it was a sustained wind. And these are like your gusts to be expected as well, all added in. So it's really going to be a really wicked period. I'm going to give you your rain totals now before we get, I'll take you all the way out as far as we can go, but really those totals are a bit iffy because it just takes one beam to change all that, but it's pretty much set in stone over the next 10 days. Yeah, man, if I saw 420 somewhere, but I'm not going to hunt that down. Yeah, 420 in the passes. Yeah, this is just a terrible, terrible amount of rain. It's just starting to get in toward that half-meter amount of rain coming in a few big batches. You got to have good warning by the weather services, which seems to be just something that's lacking. While I'm going to load through some of what's to be expected rain-wise, right now. So I'm going to load this corner, and then I'll do the rest of ours. And you see the wintry mix coming, because the wind's coming from the south, like rotating like that. Yeah, and everything's leaning towards here at this big low. It's down over here, and it's leaning towards one as well. So all the pulleys kind of towards that direction there. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm absolutely exhausted. We should call that the west and the south. Yeah, southwest, southwest. Woo, 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 woo. So you see how whenever that storm is driving across, is really well pinned with the EMF. It can't rise up out of Antarctica and into the ocean. So it's going to kick a lot of cold air and bring some big, big, big winds with it as we go through the next few days. And as we get into Monday, this is Monday afternoon for you, New Zealand, and this is where sunset, the big rain start for the southern island down the tip down there, and it's going to come up fair quick. So by the time you're into Monday proper, you're getting really a shellacking up into Kaka and the ha-has and the poo-poos and all that up there. Yeah, the poo-poo weather at the Kaka, poo-poo Kaka weather. See this crap here? Whammos. Yeah, that's a lot an hour falling there. It's over a third of a centimeter every hour is a lot. And some of these storms are going to kick up higher than that. Some of them cells I was seeing was a couple centimeters an hour. You see them just change the totals around. I'm glad I gave you that ahead of time. Yeah, I sussed my forecast. I don't change. Look, watch. Let's see if they made any alterations. They took 100 mil off this area here. But like I said, as we get closer to each event, we'll nail them down. It's looking like it's every bit of 120 coming in this first event. And then by a couple days from now, you get another batch that hits you with another 200 mil. And it's pretty much what we're looking at. So, that's what we call flooding, wintry mix, big winds, dangerousnesses. Yeah, not the day you're going to be wanting to be out camping. Yeah, I would not recommend it. Yeah, don't be risking safety workers' lives, because that always breaks my heart. Hearing when one of them people loses their lives. Hit the hope and I'm not. They could have just stayed home. Oh, I don't even know if it's running live. Oh yeah, it says I had it checked. I often do. Yep, I'm hearing sound. It's just what I wanted to know. Right, that was me doing my quality control checks. So we're going to continue to run this through, okay, for you guys to see what you're going to get smacked with. The winds is a really big part of your tail. So I had taken you all the way through to here. So you can see what's coming on the big batch, which is going to hit you at coming here about between the 8th and the 9th. And because Tassie gets it first, and you're going to get a big belt and lots of winds. And there's a lot of chem out there today. And it's not one of them days I'd even be wanting to be outside now because of all the fallout. Yeah, if it was a nuclear bomb, you'd stay inside, right? Because, oh God, fallout. Well, nanoparticles, you're breathing it too, right? And just like radiation stuff, you're not seeing it. It's like the radiation coming off your phone when you got it in your lap that might be making your coochie and your balls hot. Or if you set it on your leg, it gets hot. And radiation has an effect on things, and things fall out. And see how the winter don't stop. Temperature-wise, it's mighty cold. Because you see a winter mix, of course, it's kind of an obvious, isn't it? So I'm not going to use my mouse. I was trying to use my finger on the screen, being lazy. That's where your snows are. That's your cold weather. That's your freezing. Brr. Same one over here. Cold, man. Cold. So, you ain't gonna quite put the firewood away. Hey, but over here, it's hot. Hey, big hots. But that's how we fuel things. Yeah, see how hot it was there? Oh my, I'm gonna be roasting out there today. What I go in is gonna be cooked before you get it. Whew. It's not pleasant. Not the most pleasant weather. You go right from having cold weather to just being all sticky, uncomfy, right? All the way through the city's gonna get a bit hot. Yeah. Hope you got your fans all washed off before you put them on, right? Because they got dust on them too, wherever you've had them put up, and it's just been growing, okay? Bacterially or whatever that you want. It's funguses and stuff, mold, fungus. Yeah, you have the fungus among us from the fan. And so you can expect the difference in the temperatures to also fuel the volatility of afternoon pop-up storms. Yeah, but there's nothing really big scheduled. But I have to say this. Conditions are absolutely perfect for the formation of an early season cyclone. All the conditions are perfect, and you see where I'm pointing at. Just because of all the flows I see, it's absolutely perfect. So I'm keeping my eye open, because when they want to hide their guilt by taking websites down, blurring out images and stuff like they often do. You think they're going to warn you about stuff like that until it's right on your doorstep? Yeah, it's going to be like Gabriel and these other storms. I gave you plenty of warning because I'm always watching. And I know the conditions are perfect for that. They're coming here right now. Even now. As soon as I start seeing them hot air and I see all the particles from all that smoke, I go, oh man. If I was Mr. Burns, I could make an excellent storm. Yeah, yep. Well, you gotta know the methods to figure it out. So that's really what you got coming. I see nothing really huge for many areas of ice, except for down there in Tassie. It's just some thunderstorms popping up. We ain't worried about what's coming on the 15th. Yeah, we're concerning ourselves what's going on the next few days. Big totals, Tassie, and Melbourne get some wets. There's a band coming through here, and I can't quite determine where it's going to hit yet because I can't see the line of EMF and where the radars are going to turn it. It's nothing you can't handle. If anything, it'll probably be quite a relief for your guardians what's coming. Yeah, but some of this stuff here is going to run when it comes through fast. So when these storms come through, you will get some flash floods. Yeah, I'm always keeping an eyeball. And that's later in the week. That's the batch right before this one comes. It just adds up to the whammo. Right? It's just nothing you really need to be worried about. You want to see the air? Oh my. Oh my. Look at this up Port Mac. And this was about 20 minutes ago it looks. When I might can get previous times. We can roll it for you as well. It goes by fair fast. These streamers that just all came up coast with a tendril of cold air, and they put a bunch of chem in the air. Well, how many directions of the wind? If that was a natural contrail, by the way, it should have dissipated within the 3-hour period of time that these images are going by. Right. So the dust particles have to have a gain of function to them. Something our oppressors research and did, and Bill Gates funds this stuff too. Mr. Gains of function. Well, it's a very Nazi-looking cloud right there, isn't it? Swasticular. Yeah, that's a lot of chem there. Trying to get a shot of that up. Come here, Squiggles. Where you at? I just had them in my head. Squiggles was in my head. But we'll find you. Oh, really? Did I drop Mr. Squiggles? Yeah, I did. Right. Look at this stuff here now. These chemtrails here, and I'm calling them chemtrails because they're not dissipating. These right there, right? That's a chemtrail. This is electromagnetic frequency condensated chem bomb mix. See, something came along and put dots of stuff that can condensate. Again, there's that Nazi-looking thing. When you see that shape there, it can cause convections that'll stir this whole mess because of the very shape of it. See how it's like a beater bar? And that's what happens with it. It causes thermals. But when you zoom in on these, it's just not microwave popcorn, right? It's a lot of seasoning to make the popcorn pop there, you know. These squares right here, there's a device there that's doing something, obviously, all these squares. And that's just a small area. Yeah, they could take my world view away, sat view. They're all going to find a way to do it. And that's a chemtrail, but that cloud there of stuff has gone over the top of that, right? So as the dust is falling from a big high atmosphere, maybe let's call this one about 12 miles high, right? Jet plane comes through here, is about 8 miles high, and it falls through these nanoparticles. It's going to leave a trail like this one right here because of the dust particles themselves. So I don't think that the planes that went by here had nozzles on them. They went through a field of nanoparticles like this crap here, right? That's a terrible looking mess of shit. And it forms really thin veils of the cloud that block the sun. Of course, it's very glary. But anything that flies through the massive fallout of this big mechanic M-looking apron thing here, I'm pointing at the M&M in the sky. Oof, wait, this is big. There's a big something here deployed. See it? The center point, the bombs around it, and streaming out from the center. Some form of strato cruiser, and you're so high up, you're not going to see it from the ground. You really won't. I could put a film on it that's played. It shows a photo like the flexible screens they got out now. And they do have this type of cloaking things. You could put that on the bottom of a gondola and show the clouds above it on it. You'd never see it go past. You would just suddenly see this crap appear. Like, look at this. And this is in the Bass Strait. So all these streamers here got condensated into these lines. This is absolutely horrendous. And that's pretty much how the modern chem is done. The low-level stuff might be done with flares and stuff from these cloud seeding programs that you guys often point out to me that I need to do my homework about. When I often tell you, you might want to look into the balloons. Yeah, because that's not coming from your airport. They come from there's the balloon bases that I'm very well familiar with that I won't go into. There's something streamers, something out here, look. So I'm just trying to calmly go over this. Now I am feeling a bit flat. See this here? Now, if I hit a waveform through this cloud mass, and there's evidence of it here, of a pulse wave, and most likely coming from a radar or a boat or something out about there, if I remember it right, because I do check. It'll condensate more layers of the atmosphere, because you got lots of different layers. You might have chem here, a gap, chem here, and I might microwave that layer, but not that layer, and hit that layer. And so the waveform starts bouncing between those two, and might really double condensate that because of the interference patterns higher. So you can get different effects, and as the pulse moves out with its wattage, you'll get these heavier bands, like this one I'm showing you right here. That's going past to show you in motion. And with that, you can cause a storm front to move south, like this one's going here, in this direction, or north for that matter. And then you can take a field of energy like they got down here, right? This chemtrail 101, folks, is best I can do for you. See this field of energy here? And it's not your normal scalar square, is it? I say no, it isn't. Because you got a beam here, scalar square down low, right? It takes as many beams in here, and a beam's here, right? So here's where you get that shape. It's very basic how they disturb the clouds. And look at the pattern, right? The EMF interference pattern clearly shows that something's going on, and that the nexus of it is actually right there, right? Chem, Fryer, circling in towards it. Principles of conicity, basic triangulations, and think about a pebble in a pond. You always can tell where the fish jumped, can't you? Yeah, look at this crap over at Tassie here. And then white clouds will be lower in the atmosphere. Here's another waveform going across Tassie. You go ahead, hide your radar and shift from it. It's too late. I already learned to read it. Pulses here. There's a station here, isn't there? See right here, these radar signatures in the clouds. It's beaming like that. There's a station there as well. Getting fried by the Tasmanian devils. You bastards. These storms killed Kenny. Yeah, they did. Boy, is this nasty, isn't it? Absolute toxic air alert. Yeah, we go over to the middle of your country. It really nasty looking over there. Between Maldora and Griffith. And if you out there camping, you'll be sniffling, sneezing, eyes all burning. I feel bad for people that wear contacts. It really must be hard to keep your eyes moist these days. Yeah, so dry. Yeah, this stuff will keep you from being moist. Geez, it's almost like there's an energy coming from here. Look at the clouds. See how they change direction like that? Yeah, the glitch is affecting the clouds there. I love it when I call it that. Look at this crap here. Hey, orange. Oh boy. This one's going on the top. So anything that flies under that's going to leave a chemtrail. Absolutely will. Anything that flies under those will leave a chemtrail. That's a pretty pitiful arrow. Hey, how did I do that? It just disappeared. Wow, I'll learn a new trick. Chem bombs suck. They really do. Boy, look at this here. How the clouds don't move. They just stay in place. Like I'll point at one. Yeah, I'll get my cursor here. We'll just hold it in place here. Your cloud ain't moving with the wind. Peaks and troughs of EMF waveforms causing predictable patterns in the sky. So you got radars on over here that'll hold and that'll flow into this direction here. You had a big scalar square I seen off your coast here earlier. We see that down the asshole worldview. No, I'm not ready to look at that yet. How about here? A lot of energy signatures. Oh, I already went over that one. Hey, New Zealand. How you doing? Now let's have a peek at you. Oh, look, the toilet flush going on over here with a big square in the center of it. Nothing to see here, folks. Oh, my. Owning the weather in 2025. This is not what you like to see off your shore, is it? Though it could be worse. It could be a tiki in a coffin. But you know what? We keep reading this stuff in, we're all going to be coughing until we wake up dead. But that's all right. When I get it to see the big guy, I'm going to look at it and say, hey, I told him like you told me to do. Where do you think I get the strength to do this? It has to come from God. Because I'll tell you what, I'm about tired of people. But these animals on this land don't deserve what we're doing to them, do they? See how this has all come across in this meeting, this sudden downflow here? Oh, I bet your winds got wicked through here when that turned there. Right over, this is the Hawks Bay, Esk Valley, and all that. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. How we looking off the coast here? Chemmy, wemmy, bommy, wammy kind of weather. Bommy, wammies from the pommies. Here, it's a palm bomb. Well, if it's sanctioned by him. Bomb after bomb after bomb. I can't really toggle this one along as I'd like to. I would suggest to Zoomer if they give me a toggle bar in the bottom. Was that a cartoon face out there? It's horrible. Oh, well, let me do it like that. Well, that was a fairly recent image, though. You know, sometimes I wasn't getting such a thing. Now, how is this one going north when everything is streaming south? Right, everything's going this way, except that. With a big boom going on. So let's have a look at that for a moment. Boom. Going south, going north. Something is obviously remote control. That's obviously something. Yeah, the man made it's drone-like. And I see squares in the center. Okay, so I'm going to do a zoom on that blown out area. Hello. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Let's think about this objectively, scientifically, you know, where your mind's not made up by a dollar bill. But we got squares here. See, that's not a reef in the sky. And another one there, percussion rings here. So each one of those is a pellet. See, streaming in. Convection on that is going in, like a Taurus field or a smoke ring would do in an explosion. As things move, you ever see a smoke ring go across? That's a percussion ring with pellets in it. That was deployed first because it's thicker. It's gone in that direction. And then this direction. You got two vehicles up there. Might have a big platform with drones on it that they can land, grab more crap and do their bit, recharge, you know, with these electric things that they have from the toys of the military. There's a field of scalar energy out there as well, full with bombs. Is how they nucleated it. And the color of them is very unhealthy looking. These are green. Once they hit them with microwaves until they went plasmatic. Sky glow, or man-made aurora kind of thing. Look at the island out here, all this chem crap here. You can't tell me they ain't man-made this storm, because I could see it. I absolutely could see it. Let's look inside this vortex here. See what we see. Just see what we see. Well, correct. Right there you go. There's a big square there. I don't have to put a square box on that to wait for you to realize that's a square. You split hair with square forward. Come on. And inside that. How many directions of the wind? I mean, look at this shit. Look at the colors of the ice in it. How it's refracting light different than that one. They're getting the same angle as sun at that position next to each other. Look at these here, like a set of brass knuckles. Punching Mother Earth right in the kisser. What a fucking shit. Boy, they need a bang zoom to the moon, these guys. The real one. Not Kubrick's moon. There's quite a purple edge to it. We do got a bit of shadow gain going in, because of where the sun is. I absolutely reveled it. Our boy is barking again, I hear. That's why you don't go to sleep. As soon as you fall asleep, you get that. Look at the Scalar queer off of Fanganui over here. Wow, your ears ringing much? Are they trying to trigger a quake around this area here? You got a lot of beams meeting here. See the rays moving out? You can nearly draw where the microwave station is here. It's pretty, there's something very sus here. And all these lines. So let's just draw them across the screen. Come on. There we go, get the pen going. There's this drawing. You're all going over, look at this one for real live. You got radar over here. You could do it more precise. Yeah, that was just okay. Yeah, that was just sussing a suspicion. Where's the beam change directions? See the radar over where I just circled? The thing's showing here. Give you a nice scalar black. That's going to hold everything over toward the south and bring everything in like this. When I see that move. And it's a move. It fired down as well. I'll keep that. Pulse wave. Pushes energy that direction, separates the two air meshes. Look at the chem here, wow. That ain't too healthy. These are definitely not naturally occurring cloud formations. This is what I do, folks. Prove geoengineering. Up face of the voodoo man. The face of the straw man himself. Oh gosh, this is so bad looking. Look at this up here. Oh, you want to see bad? I don't know what I show you. This next things I'm going to show you. It's just heart-wrenching. It's why I saved it for last. It's another thing you have to notice about these plumes is how evenly spaced they are. Over thousands of miles. Like they were designed to do this. Right? This isn't what clouds used to be. When I get the roller option out, like when I look at these plume tips down here, sometimes I get a ruler out and I hold it up to my screen. They're very evenly spaced. Hey, you just, like it was engineered, like geoengineering that was a proposal, is actually being done. heads while you look at your phone. Don't look up. You might catch the toxic air. You might notice that your fires are not quite pell-mell like lightning strikes would be. Now I'm going to show you this heart-wrenching what's going on in that, and this is the data I have from the fart. It's the list I have. All these fires here are the day-night ones. Right? You can take off, and this is what they burned at night, like Gin. And out here, Mount Perry. These things are following known wanted map lines. The day before, you see these same distances. It's just so hard to watch and to see what's going on. Yeah, this was what they did at night, and then in the day, that may look all a little more pell-mell. But when I separate some of the data, the straightnesses of the lines come out. So for the purposes of ease of showing things, I'm going to keep it on what did they do during the day. This is the third. This is the fourth. How do you keep this angle keep on coming onto your screen? Horrendous, isn't it? And that was the nighttime burn there over the pre-show. Yeah, the pre-show, all right. The Precum State Forest. You just, you can't make this up. The curve that this had made the day before, it was very obvious while it was burning to see this. And these distances are the same. I have a compass I can hold up on my screen. It spreads apart and you can tighten it so you can measure shit. I got a caliper as well, a veneer one I can hold up. So it's very easy for me to see these things. Yeah, remember that brass veneer one I always used to use? Yeah, I still got that. You can almost predict where the next fire would be and even what angle it would be by just making that isosceles triangle or repeating this angle to this side. Oh, it was bad. Very, very bad. But I looked up at the Yapoon area here and I see this. That was during the day. That's your nighttime. During the day, it's all straight lines. It's all quite visible. There's a land grab going on. Today was yesterday your time now because this is the fart. That distance to that distance and that distance to that distance and that distance to that distance are the same as each other. Yeah, they're the same. Mr. Sane. You wish we was making this up, that the angles of that trapezoid there is the same. Right? That's a trapezoid, those four dots. And then take those two dots and those two dots, that's another trapezoid, and they're exactly the same. Exactly the same. Because I've already measured this. I've already cried my tears for the koala and the pretty face wallabies out here. Yeah. He's gonna know that all these distances are the same, and these were not controlled burns. These are this distance to this distance, this distance to this distance, this to this are exactly the same. They are in a perfect straight line. And this distance and this distance isn't the same as those are going that way, but yet they are still in a straight line. And this is back on the fart. So I'm going to zoom around your map a bit, and we'll go here in the Bell End Hut State Forest, and we can do day and night times again. Has this angle's producing itself over and over again. Not all. There were very few controlled burns on the map yesterday. See how, look at that curve. How do you do that? See? That angle on that line is the same as that angle on that line. It's the same. Dodgy distances, man. These forests don't give a shit about digital ID. You don't give a shit if the earth is flat or if you're going to get a goddamn jab. It gives a hell of a thing about a warning when they're burning our animals, though. Burning them out. That distance, that distance, that distance, and that distance are the fucking same. Yeah, my Tourette's kicking in. You see it yet? Are you feeling me? Are you feeling yourself? Are you feeling the land yet? I'll keep going till you do. Now look at this triangle. I wonder if we see them angles again. Anywhere else. I know you're gonna. And we determine these to be upper atmospheric vehicles they attempt to blur out. Very often they're surrounded by chem. Maybe they're mapping. With that distance, and that's the same. Terrible fires. Oh, it could get a bit worse. Let me put the rest of them in. Oh boy. Anybody want to see your house? I'm looking at comments. Just tell me. And I'll look. Right? Just tell me. Where this isn't going to add to your not getting asthma. Well, when you got crap like this off your coast, this was, the other day was horrendous down here yesterday. Look at this, what you guys had. Them chemtrails there, and you had all this crap off the coast. And the fires up here was around Cairns. Somebody was asking me about. You was getting some fire smoke, but most of it was headed away from you. See, there's the crust flow. That's gone that way, and that's gone that way. That tells me EMF has interfered. But this was your fires the other day. Again, those distances, those perfect straight lines. Again, the toxifiers. I think it's done with the Terminator dog. And with these black areas, make it a lot easier to see the patterns of these fires. And these are just the daytime ones. You see very few more popping up at night, right? Late day. It's very, very obvious. But, you know, you guys got to pick up on this story. You know, I'm only a guy over here in England giving a fuck, noticing these triangles have off of similar angles. Trust the plan. Look up your area, like Fort Douglas Master Plan Infrastructure, and you'll see the maps of what's being proposed by the Agenda 2030 Smart City Sustainable Development. You hear these big words, right? Sounds all important. But really just try to make you think your country ain't great when it already is. Try to tell you to build back better when they can't build nothing that lasts no more, and the way they used to build things they lasted. No, you don't buy the bullshit of getting something better when all you do is have it worse. And the big W, why do they do this? Because we let them is the only answer to that question that I can definitively say. And I'm getting upset. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you get upset knowing what I know? Trying to go online all day to show you guys, and the geostorm I had was belting me. Man-made fires. I do not want to see. I can't take it anymore. You'll have a nice night. This just ruptures my guts. It just burns my insides.